like me again, and I'll make you the happiest woman alive. Cut, shouted the director. You got the part. You're going to be big, he said. Big! On the way back to the hotel, Charlie bought a postcard to send home. And it read, Dear Sophie, look for me on the big screen. What a life, Charlie. That night, the director was going to have a party for him. Charlie needed something special to wear. He walked into a fancy shop. Can we help you, sir? Indeed, Charlie said. Minutes later, Charlie emerged from the dressing room. He admired himself in the mirror and strutted around in his fine new outfit. He'd look great for picture day. He really would.
What if he is? That he takes his picture.
What if I think he'd get it big in this class. What? Now it was party time. There was a long buffet table with all kinds of good things to eat. This was the moment he'd been waiting for. Charlie's mouth was watering. Fruity Nut Buffet. Where was the Fruity Nut Buffet? It had to be there. It was a party for him. Right? So Fruity Nut Buffet is probably his favorite guinea pig food, right? And he's just looking for it because it's a party for him. Charlie searched the table. Nothing. Not a sesame seed, not a pumpkin seed, not even a speck of dried fruit. He settled for the salad. Then he met lots of people. Darling, most people called him. Mon amour. Does anybody speak French? Know what mon amour?
Something like saying hello.
Something like saying hello? I think it's my love. Is it? It's my love.
Yeah.
They hugged him, winked at him, blew kisses in the air, and pumped his paw up and down, up and down. But Charlie didn't even know them. He didn't know what to say. Photographers snapped his picture over and over until he saw spots in front of his eyes. The room got so crowded that people were crushing him and stepping on his little feet. Charlie felt as if he couldn't breathe. Everyone loved him. He had new clothes and a tummy full of salad, and he was a big pig in Hollywood. So why did he feel afraid and lonelier than ever?
Everybody's hurting him.
Everybody's hurting him.
They don't feel.
Yeah, they don't really know him. They don't really love him, right? So he just kind of feels lonely even though he's surrounded by people. He dropped to the floor and crawled to the door. He thought about Sophie and how they used to play together. He thought about how he used to sit on her lap while she fed him baby carrots and scratched his neck until he fell asleep. He thought about being home again in Sophie's room without any pushy people. And how could he not think of the pet food emporium opening in their town with ads that said, Fruity Nut Buffet. Buy one, get one free. Charlie leaped up and ran back to his hotel. He packed up all his clothes, went into the fancy bathroom, and took the almond soap, coconut shampoo, and shoe shine cloth. Then he went to the lobby. Taxi, he said, waving a paw. Hours later, he was back in his small hometown. When he got to his front door, he knocked and knocked. No one answered. Finally, a light went on. Who is it? Said a voice from behind the door. It's me, said Charlie. The door opened a crack. Sophie stared and stared. Charlie, is that you? She asked. But before he could answer, Sophie scooped up Charlie in her arms and squeezed him. Charlie, Charlie, Sophie said, you came back. Yes, Charlie said, dropping his head on Sophie's soft shoulder. Charlie looked into Sophie's blue eyes, and and then he looked at his cage. Leaning against it was a big sack of fruity nut buffet with a red ribbon tied around it. Charlie smiled a big toothy grin. Find room in your heart to love a beast like me again, and I'll make you the happiest woman alive. What? Sophia said, looking at Charlie strangely. That's Hollywood talk, Charlie said. Forget about it.
He's having a best now.
He is. He's happy again. He has his fruity nut buffet
Just dark fur.
and his dark fur.
I wonder why she doesn't say that.